What is up guys, welcome back to the channel. So not long ago I was scrolling through YouTube and there has been a YouTuber who I've absolutely loved and inspired to be, and that is a YouTuber that goes by the name of Slew. Now Slew is an amazing artist, he's an awesome painter, and he's a really good videographer. And not too long ago he came out with a video that was the 1 portrait versus 5 mediums challenge. Now this challenge was simply to make artists focus on a single portrait and painting it or drawing it using 5 different mediums. So in Slew's video he uses lead, charcoal, watercolour, oil painting and ballpoint pen. I saw this video and I was really inspired. I thought, what a great idea, I really want to try it out. So big shout out to Slew, he's an absolutely awesome YouTuber, way bigger than I am. But yeah, let's just see what happens. Let's get it. So I'm gonna start this project first by taking a photo of my face. In Slew's video, he uses an old archive photo, which is a really great idea, but I'm gonna try and take a photo of myself using some different accessories that I haven't really painted or drawn before. So yeah, I'm just gonna quickly do some moving around and you guys can watch me. Keep that light on, turn that light off. Bump you up, make you, awesome. Now I'm gonna take the photo. Not too complicated expression. How do I want the lighting? I don't like how this light is making like an underlit face. I think I might turn on my room light so it's not so harsh with the shadow. Take a couple of... Cool. I mean, I think I did it. But yeah, I should be pretty happy with those. Let's just start doing the first drawing. Awesome, so we're starting off with the graphite drawing, and this drawing was by far the most enjoyable to do. I was very happy with the outcome of it. I thought it looked very much like me, and yeah, I will say that it kind of comes pretty obvious that I was very confident with this medium. I mean, I draw as much as I can, and I've done very detailed, very long pencil drawings before, so I wasn't too worried, and I understood how to, you know, put where all the values were going to be and stuff like that. But I had initially wanted to start off doing it by going up from a 2H pencil and then increasing the softness of the lead so it would be darker as I kept going, but I just decided to go straight in with a 4B lead, which is quite dark. I mean, it's not anything that you'd sketch with, but you can already see now that the portrait is looking really good, and I was very, very happy with it. So yeah. Awesome, now that portrait 1 is down, we're going to move on to charcoal. Now this I was so overwhelmed with. I have done charcoal studies before, but only in class, for uni and for school. And they were charcoal is very much a medium that I associate with studies and not really very high detailed finished portraits. But I was, you know, I was in a flow, and I thought I was doing pretty well, but a lot of it just ended up being smudged and blacked out, and I had no idea what I was doing. So it just looks very messy, to be honest. There's a certain time where I'm like, well, this can be saved, it kind of looks like me, but I then just kind of ruin it. And here I'm just going in with an eraser, just trying to get rid of that bring back the negative space. Like right now I'm pretty happy with it, even without the other eye. Like I was like, this looks pretty good. but I just overworked it, and all the proportions are off, and it looks absolutely nothing like me. So, oh well. Sick. We're now on to my favorite portrait of them all. I love these biro ballpoint pen drawings. They're so much fun. You know, there's a certain feeling when drawing with pen of permanent like mark making. So every single mark that you make is very deliberate, because you know that there's no erasing and there's no real coming back from it. With oil painting and even watercolor, you can kind of work around it, and if you make like a mistake, you can kind of bring it back by painting layers. But with a ballpoint pen, and any pen in general, it's very permanent, so you don't really have any wriggle room. But having said that, I have done quite a few biro drawings before. I've done these drawings for uni and many times, so I wasn't too worried at all, and I got the proportions like pretty much bang on. So yeah, I was very, very happy with this. I also decided to change it up a bit later on by putting a red biro pen for the beanie, considering that it actually is a red beanie. So yeah, I was very happy with it. Oh, the watercolor portrait. This sucked. I have never hated doing a portrait more than doing this. I had started off doing it on this sheet which I had lying around. But let's just say I started it and had absolutely no plan. The colors were wrong. I had no idea what I was doing. It didn't look anything like me. It just looked like a giant blob of color and water, and it sucked. So I scrunched it up eventually, just threw it away and started again because I hated it so much. It was okay though, because I'd started another one, and this one was better. It wasn't good, but it was better. I took it a bit slower. I started with the face. I was kind of treating this a bit similar to how I was treating the charcoal, a bit just more free. I was focusing more on the darker values and like the lighter values, making sure the shadows were right, but it's really hard to get the likeness. Like, it doesn't look like me. That's the biggest problem with these, or most of them, is I couldn't get any of the proportions right freehand. I just need to like practice anatomy and practice portraits more to get better at that. But yeah, watercolor by far was the most difficult one, I think. And now we're on to the last portrait. This is finally oil painting. I really love oil painting. It's so much fun, but it is so hard. I was listening to some of Slew's older videos and how he does his oil paintings for portraiture, and I found that just using a limited color palette is so beneficial. I rarely use only say 5 colors. I try and use every single one of mine because I like to make it way more complicated, but I'm trying really hard to practice oil paintings and especially oil portraiture as much as I can. This painting was fine. It was alright. It's definitely not good and it doesn't look like me again, but I think you can kind of see the main shadows and it gets the idea across, and I think that's the main point. But anyway, this is just pretty much an experiment, so I wasn't too bothered by it. But yeah, I'm still happy with it. Could have done way better. It would be good to see how much improvement I have in the future. But anyway. So, how did I find this challenge? I mean, 1 portrait versus 5 mediums is a very hard challenge, one that I did not expect at all to be so difficult. But it's quite interesting to see that the first drawing I did was actually probably the best one out of all of them. The ballpoint pen portrait as well as the pencil portrait, I think are by far the most successful and the most alike to the portrait, because I have used those mediums quite a bit and I'm quite familiar with them. However, charcoal, I never use charcoal, and I want to use charcoal a lot more now. I really want to get better at it. It's a really fun medium to work with. Yeah, I mean, at least I learned something from it. I don't know why, but I always found oil painting and watercolor painting for portraits really hard, like very difficult. So it's just a matter of practice and a matter of time, and I'll get better at it. Anyway, I do want to say thank you very much to Slew. Huge inspiration for this video. Awesome YouTuber. I'll have his stuff linked in the bio if you want to check it out. But yes, big shout out to Slew. Thank you very much. I appreciate all of your work. Anyway guys, that's the video. Thank you very much for watching. Peace.
Do some beats.